joining us here in Asbury Park. We have the second of our doubleheader in this slate of Final Four matchups for A7FL football. A rematch of last year's playoff game that ended incredibly. The Patterson U are going to take on the PA Immortalz. King for the Immortalz back to return his kick. Huff will launch it down. I'm joined in the booth by John Mild, former Bombers owner and current Chiefs player. We'll get to him after their big victory and entrance into this year's championship game. I'm also joined by Nasty Nate, representing PA. You guys are now 0-1 in this little matchup we got here. Gonna rub salt in as many wounds as possible, but we're also joined here by the commissioner of our league, president of the A7FL, Ryan DePaul, and
just the cameraman.
Just the cameraman.
Just the cameraman.
The founder.
Looking like Lloyd in center field.
And it looks like the Immortalz are going to start here with the ball, and the U is coming out here in their all black. As Cuff was telling me, they're coming all black funeral service.
A lot of talk goes on before these games, but these two teams, there's no love lost. It's all going to be decided on the field. Immortalz. Like, I have firsthand knowledge of this Immortalz team, the BIC team that I represent. We played them last weekend. Tough fought game, pretty close till the end, but at the end of the day, just too much for us to handle.
And it looks like SP will start the game off here. We have Juice Man at center. We have Big Chill down at the other tackle. SP dropping back.
Look at that holding.
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
And
they got it.
A holding call, but
that was a
breaks
muggy.
contain, and doesn't look like the U wants to bring him down. Finally at the 45.
Eject him.
By the way, Ryan,
looks like this will get
JD,
called
I want your
back.
opinion on this. Ryan wants to put a new play in called "You hold, you get ejected for the game."
If you guys haven't established this already, Ryan is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hashtag
They waved that flag?
And then
wait, hold on. They waved the flag.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see the? It was a muggy. I got to replay that again.
Looked like the hands were inside to me.
That's
hands
what
were
I'm
inside,
Listen.
bro. Watch this again, please.
By the way, and then he believes that you should
Let's
be
watch
ejected.
this. Let's watch this
and
again.
then when you after you get ejected, if your team doesn't have enough guys, you forfeit.
Going off the rails a little bit here.
Ryan also
Oh my
believes
God.
that they're spraying chemicals on everybody's food, and we're all going to die in 2 years. So that's all you need to know about Ryan DePaul, owner, commissioner,
Look at this
entrepreneur.
holding.
He's still watching. Is the holding you're showing it?
Bro, it's crazy.
If you haven't learned yet, one of the biggest pet peeves in this man's life is the holding.
And
not the call itself, but the actual
act of doing it.
SP is going to get credit for that long run, despite the holding that was pretty blatant there.
I think he said clock rolls on the snap.
Clock rolls on the snap.
Look, guys, you two are both A7FL vets. You guys have seen this U team in the many forms of it. For my money, watching them up close and the past couple of weeks, it just seems like they're missing something. They are coming in here relatively vulnerable, even though they are undefeated.
Charles is that
in a
tight end.
tough game against a Savage last week that ended up 7-0, it didn't look like this team had much of offense to go. So that defense is
Great pass to Ziner.
wow.
He got that off in a hurry.
Bearing down on the quarterback SP there, was able to find a little room and get it out to his scat receiver Ziner, out on the quick out.
Charles Irving was in there at tight end, one of the better players out here in all A7.
You're going to hear Nate praise every single Immortalz player.
Damn right.
I'll try to be a little bit.
Somebody got to be biased because when I watch the jersey, it's always jersey. Well, there's a PA guy here today.
There is a PA guy here today.
Who will represent for his
also
team.
from Pennsylvania. Got it? Double entendre, PA guy.
Double entendre.
Look, get your vocab up. King comes in motion.
There goes SP dropping back. He's
Fires
going
a
up
wheel route.
You got to put that on him.
Mismatch. J-Rock's a good tackler up in the box, but he's definitely not capable of covering Irvin.
So with only 2 minutes off the clock here in the first quarter, guys, I'll ask each of you individually. John, what do you think the key is for the Immortalz to kind of even up this this New Jersey PA showdown and come away with a victory here against the U?
The main thing is consistency they need to not talk to the refs. Once they start talking back and forth to get out of the flow of the game, the U's going to want to stop the game, talk a lot. If they stay away from that, they should be fine. The U's got to come out with a quarterback, and they got to play ball because they can't be switching up 3 quarterbacks a game. That's the problem with it's been all year. They're undefeated, but a little vulnerable at quarterback.
Ziner over the middle.
Better put that
Good
ball
move
away.
on. Good tackle by JJ in the open field. Good tackle by
On the
JJ.
quick drag, Ziner breaks open with that neon head thing. God, it's hurting my eyes, but great play there by the scat receiver.
As we were saying before about the U, I think it's quarterback. Can't rotate 3 quarterbacks all year and expect to be at your best. You got to go with one guy. I believe it's Moon. I think everybody in the league believes it's Moon, but they got a lot of mouths to feed over in Patterson, so they got to go with one guy. They got to stick with it, and they got to trust the process.
Literally and figuratively, a lot of mouths to feed. So Nate, on the same note, what do you see from the Immortalz defense that they're going to be able to stop the playmakers across the line of scrimmage and out of bounds for about 4 yards? You saw the potential MVP candidate for this A7FL. They call him King. Nate, what's his real government name?
His real name is Matt, but we call him King.
Yeah, you guys call him King. I will call him Matt.
Everybody calls him King.
But he's been a king in this league all season. As John said there, breaks open, but SP missed him downfield. It's tough being chased by big defensive line for the U. But that'll bring up 2nd and 6 with the 4-yard scramble out of bounds.
But just bouncing off what JD said, I definitely agree with him. I think the U's problem this year, yes, the U is undefeated, but every game they played is close. You don't allow your quarterback to get comfortable. You never know you're going to show up one day, okay, I'm starting today, next week I'm not. And at any level, you can't allow that. It's just, you got to have, what's it called, not just motivation to keep coming up there and doing your job, but you got to get in a groove. And
I don't think it was by choice, by the way. I think guys, had something going on or somebody was injured. You think they were just out there playing games? Let's start our 3rd string quarterback.
We're talking about the U team that one year they have 9 million guys on the sideline. Next game they have 11. You know what I mean? It's a team that is a great team when they're fully staffed and ready to go. But you got to make sure your players are there. It's about what's right for your team.
Well, I think it's what you're mentioning right there is, the U shows up for big games, but I feel like they were bored this year at times, in games with teams they should have been blowing out. Moon or McQueen were able to kind of, find a way to pull out some magic here. But I hear you guys, especially a quarterback myself, having to split time with CP3.
Former Cerebral Bomber quarterback Corey Hammond.
Thank you very much, John. And the pass is for a first down to King, Matt.
Tackled by Chick on the play.
There. His Highness there with a first down.
Going back to that again, I think they got a little bit of false confidence this year. With Ryan juicing up the South Division, them thinking they were in the hardest division, going through the hardest schedule, and I think a lot of that was masked up. I think they were winning games, beating teams that weren't necessarily as good as some of the other teams. And I thought, you play a number 4 North team in Savage, and you struggle because
Savage got an amazing defense.
A lot of the real ballers were up north this year, and I think it was a lot of false confidence this year for them.
Well, the Savage defense is definitely a playoff caliber side of the ball, but their offense set back football to the 40s. Again, I am petty with the Savage. Everybody knows why if you watched a couple weeks ago.
Oh, man, you missed him.
If he could get that ball to spiral, you got a wide open receiver there for the touchdown.
It's been a decent amount of time, too, back there. Usually, the U's usually go small up front on the outsides, and they're relentless, but it looks like they're going a little big and bulky up front. They do have Darryl Luck on the outside, running back. They got Booby in there. Booby's on one wheel, still getting it done. Selling tap outs. Get riding down the interstate, jerk chicken on the sideline. Dad hats. Booby would sell his babies if he could.
I actually saw the Facebook post for his children, but nobody had any takers. So
I think it was #babies on deck. I believe it was.
Oh, God.
The asking price was a little too
Ziner
steep.
in motion. Looks like they're running QB sweep. Eaten up by Booby. Right as we talk about him. Slams him right down. Walking on a peg leg, still making tackles.
One of the interesting aspects of this A7FL game is the red zone. Now, it's always tougher to score a touchdown in the red zone, but when you get into the red zone, there's no guarantee for a score because there is no kicking game. So even though Immortalz have driven the ball down into, you know, the teeth of this U defense, one of the best units in this league, third and 11 from the 12-yard line. It's 2-down territory, but this drive is going to mean nothing if they can't get points here in the next 2 plays.
Looks like they're going to go small and fast up front.
SP drops back and...
What do you think about this matchup with Chick and King?
With Chick and King, I think if Chick plays him off like he's playing, it's going to be a great matchup. But if Chick presses King...
Yeah, how many did he score last week? 3?
The one, is that what he's wearing? I can't see him. Yeah.
How many kick return touchdowns he got? Like 3? So not sure what the penalty is there, but it will result in
it has to be like a
5-yard penalty. So it'll be 3rd and 16. Immortalz can get a first down here, but it'll be pretty close to the goal line.
And it looks like we got Ziner out there. Charles is the tight end. We got another whistle. This is timeout, must be.
A quick conference from our officials.
Anyway, this has been all day with the officials.
And now we're going to get together for the 13th time in the last 3 minutes. How do you feel about the Immortalz after taking a couple of licks last week, Mr. Hammond?
Well, if you've seen the videos, I did get my fair share of Rhino in that game. You know, what I have to say as a team, they do have a pretty complete package. Now, let's see how they travel here. As we were talking about the U, that pretty much that whole first drive, they were able to matriculate the ball downfield pretty effectively. With a big penalty here, it's 3rd and long, but with 2-down territory, look, if they can get pressure on the U, like they were able to get pressure on me.
Throw the ball.
Ball's in the air, he's wide open.
That's a touchdown.
Wow, that's a touchdown. No, that was on JJ. As we're talking about King, he scores on last year's defensive MVP, JJ. And JJ's looking around like a blown coverage.
Looked like he came from the bottom of your screen all the way across the field on a deep cross.
Very good route on the deep route. He's got all day back there.
Yep.
I'll go give this back to Nate. What do you feel about Mr. Gross not being available today? Doesn't look like he's here.
Yeah, he is here.
Mr. Gross, he is playing all year on bum wheel. He's been letting SP take a lot of snaps. He comes in when he's needed. And last week he came in and scored 3 consecutive drives for the Immortalz. The problem is, again, like you said, people out here, this is a long season that drags out. And if you take one injury, and on Mr. Woog's side of the football field, he's big on flag, and he will play flag hurt. No good, incomplete on the
conversion is no good.
6-0 was 6:23 going into the end of the first and midway through here. It looks like the U will now kick off. Do we expect to see Moon to return this first kick?
I don't see Moon on the sideline. I don't see him anyway. I don't hear the chopper. Yeah, I don't think he got filled in yet.
Yes, JD said he has not heard the chopper yet, so that is a possibility. He still is not here. Figuring out who's going to call here.
Look, this Immortalz team can score.
Yes,
they put up points quickly.
Before I forget, I want to ask JD this because we were talking a little bit on the Facebook page about it. JD, you've seen the U this year. They do not score a lot of points. The Immortalz, I did the math. The Immortalz are averaging 31 points a game, when the U is averaging about 16.5. You know what I mean? Is that big for them?
I think with them, they don't necessarily. It's just TJ Brown on the return. Decent run out to the 35, 36 maybe. Don't know why TJ's returning when they got so many weapons. Doesn't really make sense to me. As you were saying, I think that as far as stats to them, really don't mean anything as far as points per game because they're going to make it whatever kind of game they want it to be. If it's going to be a high-scoring game, they can score. Yeah.
Well, like we
but
mentioned,
they can make it ugly too, though. I think a lot of the teams that they play don't average a lot of points because they bring you down to their level as far as a nitty-gritty game. They do a lot of the talking. It slows the game down to get you out of your rhythm. You know, must be definitely a North thing. Well, you know, when Ryan was juicing that South the whole year.
slowly my alliance with JD for New Jersey versus PA is turning to an A7FL South versus North. I am now undermanned.
Listen, you know me.
I do have Ryan DePaul in the booth with me, but he did say the Kings were the best team in A7FL.
I believe
they were
he said
at
that
the
multiple times throughout the year.
Out of the gate,
and then I torched them. And then I torched them. So.
The ace bug. The ace bug comments.
Handoff up the middle.
This is what
Darryl Luck on the carry.
This is what they've been missing, Darryl Luck.
Love Darryl Luck, man. They got to feed him today, man. He runs so hard. He hits the hole every time. Former Bomber running back. Animals. ESG. He's been all around. He's been everywhere.
Huff.
We got Huff at quarterback.
King at the bottom of your screen is on Joel Rivera, one of the best.
Huff with a good ball. Joel's got to beat through the hands.
And
is that King on him too? That's gonna be a good matchup today. King on Joel. Joel, arguably one or two best receivers in the league. From what I'm hearing about King, is he's very special, so he looks the part so
Hey,
far.
this guy Lang Yang keeps coming on our YouTube saying both teams suck.
Yeah, both teams suck.
The best thing about
I want to know what state he's from. Tell me what state you're
what
from.
state are you from,
We
Lang
judge
Yang?
all people off what state you're from. Yeah. So you tell us where you're from. If you say PA, you don't even get a response.
I might even ask what country he's from.
Yeah, what country? There you go.
Wasn't Brady just in China teaching them the quarterback moves out there? On Bleacher Report? As per.
So back to football, 3rd and 5.
Huff with the ball. Steps up. He's going to boogie. He's hitting the corner. Got the corner. Steps out of bounds with the first down.
Out of bounds.
It's going to be big today if they can go with a guy. And I think Huff could be the guy today. Honestly, when they got 4 quarterbacks, it's got to be either Huff or Moon. I know McQueen can throw the ball a little bit. And I know TJ's got a big arm, but you got to go with what's going to get the job done today. This is an experiment. This is the semifinals.
Thanks for taking care of that for us, Danny. I won't repeat what he said.
1st and 10.
Looks like Huff's going to boogie again outside for about 5, 4 or 5.
And when he's making quick decisions and he's accurate with his placement on football, they're impossible to stop.
And now it looks like they're going to go a little quick, too, it looks like. Oh, no, they're going to huddle up. On the line, going across, you got Williamson at tight end, Horn. Looks like Booby on the outside with Will Wilson in the middle. Backfield is Darryl Luck, the single back, with Marcus to the slot to the right.
So they come in a big formation here.
Looks like they're going to try to pound him right here a little bit. Toss to Darryl Luck. Lead block by Huff. Good block by Huff. Darryl's going to get the first down and out of bounds. I love that toss with the lead block, with the quarterback lead blocking. It's a good call.
Not the biggest fan of it myself.
Well, you are a pocket passing Caucasian quarterback, so.
Hey, if you check the film, I get out there in front of people.
You can boogie when you have to.
But they, my running backs, if they're behind me, they eat up that space pretty quick. So after the toss right brings us 1st and 10.
37.
Again.
Lang Yang's from Africa.
Split out to the left. Looks like we're going to go trip, ski. Lang Yang is from Africa. I mean, do we really need to respond to that? Chappelle ran away to your country. Look, Williamson wide open on the sideline. I don't even know if they thought he was checked in or not. He was definitely in bounds.
It was Trips bunched to the bottom of your screen. They had the tight end, number 15, split out to the top of your screen, almost hiding there. Hit him on a quick screen. He gained about 15, 16, 17 yards down at looks like the 17-yard line going in.
Nate, you want to give us a talk about this monster at nose for the Immortalz? We've been hearing a lot about him. We saw some highlights last week of pure carnage.
Our nose guard for the Immortalz over here will be, his name is Gerald Bell, a.k.a. the Black Rhino. He is from North Penn High School. Anybody from Pennsylvania knows North Penn is a powerhouse every year. He also, as you can see here, he's making noise. SP coming on the side, wide open.
Joel dives, catches, touchdown.
It was a great touchdown.
What a grab.
And then they're all running on the sideline.
So you see there, we were talking about quarterback for the U. Huff comes in, solidifies that, hey guys, it's me.
Today, that's his job.
Couple of easy 5, 6, 7 yard runs on play action bootlegs. Then get the defense to commit to the quarterback, and you got a wide open, electrifying receiver over there for the touchdown. So that'll tie us up here, 6-6, with 1:31 in the first quarter. We've had some good football here, both games.
It looks like we're going for
one. These conversions are going to be huge in this game. If it's going to be back and forth, score, what you do on these conversions is going to matter. Huge.
Whole clock running down. We got to hurry. They get the snap off.
Huff finds some space.
Marcus goes up and
gets it. Great ball. Great catch. 7-6. U takes the lead here.
Black Mamba.
That throws off his back foot. You got to give Marcus more credit on that catch than the throw. He was wide open in the back of the end zone, but he found the ball in the air, snatched it away from the defenders, and that conversion will give the U the lead. With 1:31 left in the first quarter, our score is 7-6. U on top of Immortalz.
It's going to be a good one, boys, I think. And I think this is the first time I've ever seen the Immortalz come across state lines with more than 12 people. So I think it's going to be something. It's not going to be their usual hang and then drop off in the fourth.
Well, I'll tell you, these plays on special teams will have a huge
TJ Brown with the high throw off, with the really high throw up. King on the return. Let's see what he can do. Nice move to the outside. He got Pitts. He's got Pitts on the corner. Nice tackle by Craig Pitts. If anyone doesn't know Craig Pitts, from a family of complete savages, there's about 7 Pitts and they all look the same. They all play the same positions.
6'3", 225. Has the speed to chase down King, but also long arms. He reached him out there.
We'll stick his nose in on anybody in this league. He does not care.
Yeah, the U defensively, it's tough sledding.
As we get a post from Ole Bell, former defensive MVP from the New Jersey Savage, let Huff play all 4 quarters. Don't have JJ on Riddick, and they should be good. Ole looks like he's
shots fired.
Ole looks like he's jumping on the bandwagon. Ole, I love you.
A lot
you know
of football
that.
left to play in this game.
You still can't beat me.
Line up 1st and 10. King in motion.
Will Wilson, he's in space out there. You got to break down.
And the ball
He throws it into nowhere. Is he in the pocket right there?
And across the line of scrimmage, and he did get outside the tackle box.
Okay.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Great pressure.
I don't think running's going to be the word for the Immortalz today. They're going to have to spread them out, and a lot of quick routes.
Look,
last defense is super fast, and
we could see already last week the Black Rhino made a huge impact on the game on both sides of the ball. First drive of the game on defense, look, I didn't see him once. Did you guys even see him, get by a blocker?
No.
They got a 400-pound man on him.
He just decided he was going to take over, I think, on both sides of the ball.
Well, as BIC, we were missing, Big Fern. Big shout out to Big Fern, one of the most important guys on our team.
One of the top 5 linemen in this league easily. JJ with the pick. With the pitch back to TJ Brown, it looks like. TJ's hitting the corner. J-Rock with the... Ooh, good move on the lineman. Another good move by TJ Brown. What is TJ Brown doing in the secondary right now?
He's everywhere, man. He's Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on Mr. Everything, man. The guy throws the ball off. The guy plays quarterback, tight end, now DB. He's doing a little bit of everything today, it looks like.
One thing you can't do if you're the Immortalz against the U, or any quarterback for that matter, is throw off your back foot downfield and coverage is always going to be there against the U, but if that ball starts to flutter, these guys attack the ball in the air and then they become offensive players. JJ leads this league in interceptions this year with, I believe, 7.
And, easily, too.
And I am... Who does?
Nate is informing us that
excuse me, that a PA guy.
More. God forbid we throw a New Jersey stat out without Nate reaming us.
If you're going to call us, call it fair. You dig?
If you guys haven't seen Nate's podcast, don't check it out. It's crap.
I'm not easy. Check it out every Friday, even during the off-season.
Huff back in the
Looks
shotgun.
like we got Gerald Ski and Darryl Luck to the left. Huff with a pump fake to the left, runs to the right. Looks like he's going to get 4, maybe 5. As Corey was saying before, this is the last team. Talking about the U, that you want to throw the ball up like that too. They got ball hawks everywhere. You got Marcus on an island. You got Pitts lurking deep. You got JJ lurking deep. You got Chick at the other corner. I mean, it's got to be quick routes, hitches, slants, screens, catch them off balance. I mean, I think that's what it's got to be today. I don't think they're going up top on them today.
Well, and King is that guy that you go to. But if you're going to be throwing off your back foot and the ball's going to flutter in the air.
Oh, good. Wow. Ooh, Huff pushes him off of him.
Still throws it.
Oh, my God. Got Darryl Luck outside. Good tackle on the perimeter.
Was he over the line of scrimmage or no?
I don't believe he was over the line.
He wasn't.
I think he was
2 yards behind where the sticks started on that play.
Strong legs by
the
Huff.
amazing athleticism to
take a look at that replay.
A 260-pound man.
It was like a hockey flip. He was like a hockey flip. He flipped him right over.
Jump stop and then find the open man downfield.
It's just another prime example of Huff keeping his eyes downfield.
Nate.
That's it.
Even though you're a PA guy, you got to give it to the guy from Jersey there.
Oh yeah, Huff, man. Huff is, I said it if you watched the podcast. Obviously, JD did not watch my podcast. I said it. They put Huff in the game. I'm saying, if Huff starts at quarterback, it's a different game compared to who played last week. You can't score 7 points and expect to beat the Immortalz. Huff is yes.
That's illegal motion. They're gonna let them reset.
So they went from pro to
quick screen.
In the air.
Wow.
Paulski is always is one of those players that loves to make that play out there like that. So depends which one you're looking at. That is Prince. That is King's cousin, Prince.
All I gotta say is that my cousin's nickname is King. Oh, its actual first name is Prince.
Yeah, his first name is Prince.
So if we're going with governments.
His name is Matt. We only say Jersey guys' nickname.
Oh.
All right, I got John back on my side.
Yeah.
So after the quick screen brings up a 4-yard loss, it'll be 2nd and 15.
It's a quick one. Tony Terry with a big takes a big hit by Tony Terry. Tony Terry and Paul Ski out there making pressure.
Just another example of Huff standing tall in the pocket.
Not afraid to take the hit, but to deliver a great ball. That's what makes you an elite quarterback in this league.
We got former MVP Amir Morris, top 150 ESPN out of Irvington High School, checking into the game.
Otherwise known as Chick.
Check the third. There's 3 of them.
Is there 5 now? Is he?
So Huff in the shotgun, twins to the bottom of your screen.
Paul Ski coming free again. Tony Terry on the chase. I see deep, going deep. Oh, incomplete. Looks like we're going to go to 4th down.
Yeah, he had him in.
And it looks like 4th down here. 4th and about 13.
Now there is a penalty.
There is a flag. We will see what the flag is for.
Holding, ejection.
Holding, another ejection per Ryan DePaul. Holding call.
You guys didn't know, Ryan is the most ridiculous human in the world. Ryan believes that if you hold, you should be thrown out of the game, on spot, and if you're not here within 15 minutes of game start time, you should be banned forever. So thank God, and I say that truthfully, thank God Ryan's running a loose ship out here.
Thanks to the Pennsylvania teams for getting here on time for a 12 o'clock game. They did get here at 12:30.
That Parkway was crazy. We left the house at 9 o'clock.
In beautiful Asbury Park, New Jersey, everybody's rushing down to get to the shore for the July 4th weekend.
Normal people have off tomorrow. I have to go to work.
So do I.
I have to go to work. Unlike normal. That's the best thing. Everybody in the world thinks that is what it is.
So timeout on the field.
So
here, 7-6.
So Corey, let me ask you a question here now.
Go ahead, Nate.
Now, this is my question. Now, on the defensive side of the ball for the U, they just had a big stop with Chick guarding King over there. Very ill-advised throw by SP. Do you think SP would have been better off taking a sack and having another chance of a down, or getting rid of the ball there? But as you can see here now, the U is starting to move the ball down.
From what I've seen of SP, he's the kind of quarterback he can make throws from different launch points. That would be like where his feet are set. So sometimes he does throw an accurate ball, throwing off his back foot. Against the U, you're going to have to try to take the plays where you can get them, but turnovers in this game, just like in our previous game, that big fumble by CJ as Dynasty's trying to drive the ball and tie it up, leads to a fumble recovery for a touchdown for the Chiefs. And then after that turnover, it was pretty much game over. So when you're playing the U, you got to convert.
Yeah, who you telling?
We're off the rails here. 4th and 15.
There we go.
Drops back.
Tony Terry coming on the outside. There's Polsky making a big sack right there. That's a big sack by Polsky. And now fumble. Booby Miles return, but Polsky, that is Polsky. That is the man leading PA in sacks this year. You know, Jake,
does he have 30?
I don't know how many he has, but he is just one skinny little faster.
From PA, he's got to have 30. So a huge play on 4th down.
I don't know how many he has, but he's just been making plays. His little skinny stuff.
It's 70. 70 sacks for the man from PA.
And listen, if it was up the cuff, you would have, what did you tell me on Friday?
69 of those sacks were against the special needs team out of Allentown.
AKA BIC.
Touche. Touche.
And Gerald had one series of 3 sacks consecutively by himself.
Yeah, I was there. I remember. 1st and 10, Immortalz. Big turnover on down. SP moves in the pocket.
Williamson's got him locked up. Oh,
finds some space.
Whoa.
Breaks the tackle, and what looked to be a sure sack. Yes. A sure sack by the U. Turns into a 12-yard gain.
He's coming up bum. SP coming up bumming. It's time for, looks like it's time for Woog to check in. You know what?
I refer to Woog as if he's an actual superhero, but when he does come in, he has an aspect to his game.
Woog is more like, Woog is all big man. Oh man, big body checking in.
Smart move.
Do you think now, JD? Do you think he's cramping down there, or is he going? Because it looks like he's got a cramp down there.
King looks like he'll start with the ball.
I don't know, the way he's grabbing that thing and he's turning, I think that might be knee. I mean,
sure
I hope not,
King
because he looks good right now.
Oh, King. The arm to actually
King with the move on Williamson. He's out of the pocket. Great block by Charles Irvin.
Open field for
Cuts
King.
JJ up midfield. And he's going to score. Wow. Wow. Give that man 6. Wow. Wow. One-on-one, King and former defensive MVP JJ, open field. King puts a move on him and gets into the end zone. Chick was there, but he got there a little late. It looks like the touchdown's going to stand. And it's here comes Woogs.
And it's almost like King has those superchargers in that engine. He hit a 4th or 5th gear, made the move on JJ, a fast player in this league, burst through on the cut and clear sailing.
3 amazing blocks on the perimeter. Williamson had a beat on him, blindsided. J-Rock had a beat on him, blindsided. The Immortalz are definitely getting physical.
Wow. Look. For the conversion, finds the big man right end.
Big Juice dancing with his gut hanging out. Utterly disgusting, but we love it.
Gotta love it when a big man has the football in his hands. As Nate and John collect themselves, we update you here. Immortalz take a 13-7 lead on the U with 9:48 left in the second quarter. Look, we could say all that we want about King's performance, not only in this game so far, but in the season as an MVP candidate. But if you're the U and you just injure their starting quarterback, they bring in a wide receiver. The only play that you could be looking for is a quarterback. In essence, he was a wide receiver, but a quarterback run. How do you let a guy who hasn't thrown a pass all year come in at quarterback and run for a 45-yard score with pretty much nobody touching him?
Was me and Ryan been talking about for about 10 years. The U does it a lot where they go small up front. Here it's going to be JJ on the return right here. We'll get back to that in a second. It hits JJ. He muffs it. Oh, no. Ball's on the ground.
Disaster.
The Immortalz pick it up. That's going to be Immortalz ball.
He can't advance that.
Cannot advance it, so it'll be on the 19-yard line. It's going to look like it's going to be Immortalz ball.
Back-to-back plays by JJ, the defensive MVP of last year.
What did you say at the start of the game? Tell me what you said when we weren't on the mic. Say.
They got to go at him. They got to go at him. Right at him.
All I called it.
They got to go right at him, man. All right, what Corey was saying before about the wide receiver coming at quarterback. Me and Ryan have been talking about this for about 10 years. The U and probably the Bombers, if any of you guys don't know them, they're an old team, but the Bombers and the U usually go small up front to keep a wide receiver type athlete quarterback in the pocket. You can't go big DNs with a big nose tackle and expect to keep a guy like that contained, especially King. I haven't seen King play too much because they play out in the
In essence, he just dropped back, turned it into a punt return.
Man, he looks good. Nate's informing us that he lives in the city. It's definitely not believable.
I was there last week. That is not a city.
Well, I saw a lot.
That might be an urban neighborhood, and King
on the snap
stands back. He's not looking to throw the ball
here. He's not
here.
looking to throw. It looks like
it's almost turning this into a punt return.
Wow, he's
might find some open field.
Look at him in space dancing. Looks like Chill gets away with a hold right there. J-Rock coming up strong.
And if you can't make this
Chill,
tackle,
good block.
This is embarrassing.
Oh boy, he is running.
This is embarrassing.
Chick
right
and
now.
King one-on-one. Puts a move on Chick. Finally, Marcus with the tackle.
Who is your MVP in this league right now? Speak on. You got the mic on.
Dean, you guys filming.
Nate has zero bias as we're supposed to be professionally calling this game. He is rooting for the team from Pennsylvania.
If anyone
Pennsylvania is now down 0-1 on the battle.
He is super excited right now. Super excited. He's elbowed me about 3 times. He's continuously clapping.
I'm a football fan at heart.
And I've never seen an announcer smile as much after a play from one of these teams. Now, on consecutive plays by King, he's almost just dropping back and turning it into a punt return, but somehow he ran 60 yards on that play. He's getting a breather now. Found open receiver, and then there's the hand
with the power up the middle for the score. Charles Irvin, got a lot of respect for Charles. I met Charles probably about 6 or 7 years ago when Ryan had the state games in Phillipsburg.
No, even before that.
Yeah,
we played in the snow at Heavenly Farms.
Oh, first game, East Brunswick on the snow. Yeah, I remember we blew out the A team, but Charles scored about 3 touchdowns. Forty can watch all he wants. Forty knows I'm undefeated against him. That's all. He knows. Forty knows I got more championships than him too. By the way, if you didn't know, Town Beef Bombers, my former team, most championships in Town Beef history / A7 history. 7 or 8, I think it's running to now. 7, 8, around there.
We had to hang it up just to give everybody else a shot.
We might well so quit just so they could catch up. I looked a little rusty today, though. I think I'm getting old finally, Ryan.
So the Immortals will go for 2 here. Woog bat at
Charles
quarterback.
Irvin split out wide, one-on-one with Chick.
Steps up in the pocket.
He's going to throw it up. Jump ball. Wow.
And converts
And he makes the catch over Chick.
Jesus. If you look at the U's sideline, they're in shock right now.
A lot of hands on the hips, a lot of hands on the knees. I think Gross is going to have to do this. I don't think King's going to be able to keep that going for the full game.
I keep King in the game.
Yeah?
He looks unstoppable.
We'll see what Nate thinks. We'll give it to the PA guy.
If he's got the ball in his hands and he's the best weapon they have, so far he's been unstoppable. It's mind-boggling to me that a team full of athletes on defense like the U is allowing a guy that has no threat as a passer at quarterback to, in essence, run around for seconds upon seconds and then just finding the open space. There's that sky throw. And after a turnover by JJ on the previous kickoff.
Now, Corey and JD, since you guys have been playing this league a long time, I got a couple questions now. Now, I want to ask you this. Have you ever seen a player, what King just did there, who reminds you of that? Because there's only one player in my eyes I've seen make plays like that, and he's not here right now.
Moon.
I would say 4. Moon.
I think Moon.
Sean Thomas.
Sean Thomas
Young,
easily.
Young
has made plays like that.
King.
And if you bring it all the way back to the early annals of this league,
that's for sure.
I've seen Dirt make some dirty ass plays.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go back now.
Back. So the toss to Luck.
Block again. Luck running hard as usual, man. Let me say just a little something about Darryl Luck. Darryl Luck doesn't say a word to anybody, doesn't talk to anyone, doesn't ask for the ball. He goes in there, you tell him what hole to run through. He's going to run through the hole extra hard, and he can also rush outside on defense. He's the ultimate teammate. Former teammate of mine in the Bombers. We had that salt and pepper combination with him and Mike Knight. Probably the best 2 run backs we ever had at the same time, besides maybe Rasheem and Knight, but he gave us a huge juice, man. He runs extremely hard.
First and 10, Rivera in motion,
Play action, Huff. Off his back foot again. Joel goes up and gets it, man. Oh, tried to pitch it. Looks like King tried to strip it from him.
And the ball was called down. He did strip it from him. But forward progress was stopped.
I said to Ryan, as we're looking at the page right now, Cornell Wilson Jr., K-Wack, is moon at the game. If not, it's going to be a long day for the U. Savage throwing shots at their own state on the Town Beef message boards. Frank Champion, former Rock Boys founder. Bruh. Frank Champion, former professional wrestler, probably about 360 pounds. Huge, mass of a man.
After first and 10, brought up an 8-yard throw to Rivera. Oh,
love that play. Fake toss outside of Darryl. Look, and Huff keeps it. Two didn't bite on it, but I love that play. Wow. I love that play. It's a great play.
Everyone went to the toss. And
I think right now, the U's been down, as Ryan knows, Corey, you know firsthand, the U's been down 100 times.
They've been in this position before.
Listen, they've been down 3 touchdowns.
Plus
they've been down 6 with 10 seconds left. I think this is nothing to them.
Yeah, the reason they're in this position is that muffed punt and blown coverage by JJ. Those aren't traditional plays.
Huff steps up, still behind the line of scrimmage, throws it up. Got Gerald wide open, running down the seam. Got TJ Brown wide open in the flat. I'm surprised with how much pressure the Immortals are getting on Huff. Actually.
They are bringing the extra man. Huff is making the first guy miss usually, but that pressure is forcing him either to one side of the field or the other, which is kind of constricting the amount of field he can use downfield. But
I agree.
He's still been able to be effective here early.
Looks like we're going to go twins to the bottom. A-Rod, Ski, and Joel in that order. A handful.
Two linemen.
A-Rod in motion. Looks like he's going to crack down, and he does. Toss to Marcus to the right. Marcus hits it outside, cuts it back, gets upfield. One guy, two guys. Similar to Charles Irvin, Marcus. Very similar players. They run the ball extremely hard. You don't think they're that big and then that strong, and then you try to go high on them, and they'll drag you for yards every time.
And if you're trying to learn how to play running back in this game, not only in the A7FL, but football in general, you see how Marcus sets up his blocks there by pressing the whole inside and then jumping back with the jump cut to the outside. Poetry in motion there, and it's a 9-yard gain.
We're at 5 minutes here in the second quarter with you driving on the 38, 39 right now. Huff about to take a snap. Now let's get back to this game here. One thing I do want to talk about that I do see the U doing, they are blocking very well up front.
Toss inside.
As I say that, but JD and Corey, you guys have been playing a while. The counter is a play that takes long to develop, even in 11-on-11 football, and then 7-on-7 in a fast-paced game like this.
Well, you're gonna kill the counter when you get penetration like that. When you have penetration like that,
you're gonna
kill the counter. So on 4th and short, Marcus will line up at the Wildcat quarterback, and he's gonna power it in there, try to get that 1 yard.
And it looks like they're gonna be short
on that play.
Oh,
the Immortals
big.
With a huge
that is Terrell
play.
Mitchell. That is Terrell Mitchell with a huge stop. Now, JD, is that a momentum killer?
That's a momentum builder.
Absolutely. I think if you're going to go with anybody there, it's got to be Marcus. But you got to get a fullback in there, toss it outside. There's no need to try to pound up the middle and be a bully. Go for the safe play, get outside, use your speed.
I love the counter play in 11-on-11. I think it's a great play that works well. But in 7-on-7 here, the fast pace it takes, is there any way for the counter to actually have time to develop and give your team an advantage?
Not unless you're taking lessons from proper offensive lines in this league that have proper splits. A lot of guys in this league, in the A7 league, have not figured out yet that they do not need to be ankle to ankle, feet to feet on top of each other. If you get your proper splits as a center, that starts in the middle. As you're getting your proper splits off of you, Woogs with the bootleg to the
fires down
throws
the field.
We got Ziner down the field wide open.
That's a catch,
and that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Justin Ziner.
If you're just joining us here, the U is in shock as the Immortals have come to play here. Last year, much maligned loss on the last play of the game. The Immortals have something to prove here.
What's crazy there, I think, is as they had Marcus on Ziner the whole first half, they switched him up, put him on King. As soon as they did the switch up, they go right up top of the play action to Justin Ziner. That was T.J. Brown on the coverage.
Well, there was no coverage.
Yeah, I mean, he was at least 10 yards back.
Everybody went with the play action fake.
Listen, I love T.J. Brown.
Woog was able to turn his shoulders, and he fired the ball.
Not today for that. Not today for that.
Look, where we sit now, 27-7 with the conversion pending. The U have been able to move the ball. The U have been able to be effective on offense, but on defense, they have not had any answer for King, Charles Irving, and Wu coming in at quarterback as SP is still late.
It's going to be King back at quarterback. Looking, it's going to be a sweep this way, man.
Looks like he's going to turn it into a punt again. Never throw it again, sir. Never throw it again.
To the ref and discuss. It's going to be 27-7.
Wow.
Immortalz.
All right. If he wins the MVP.
Against the
it's not for his
against the two-time champions.
Well, let me ask this now. Does this prove my theory on the North being better than the South?
I mean, I think we established that the minute I walked in this booth.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to make sure.
It's just Ryan.
I just like doing
Ryan's got to make James Love and those Baltimore guys feel special down there, like they're part of this.
Agree on it. It's all good watching Maryland not be here.
I mean, was there any doubt that we were going to see Maryland here? Because I didn't think
you thought the Gators were definitely going to lose the Dynasty?
I picked them to win.
Oh, you have a mic? You can speak?
Yeah, you can speak.
Oh, wow. I think that
Ryan joining me here to rep the South.
Ryan, 30 minutes into the first half,
and
finally makes a comment.
Kick here.
Looks like Chick's going to leave it. Nice bounce for the Immortalz. Going to go down to at least the 25. It's going to look like maybe 26.
And in essence, you're taking one of the best players in this league out of the game, whether it's Moon or Chick.
The Immortalz have now figured out the perfect kickoff throw. And the perfect throw on Levi, he's able to pin it. He's a former AAA baseball player. He had a chance to go to majors, and he decided to
play A7FL football.
The ones that Ryan wants. Ryan wants guys that could go to the league but turn it down to play for him and get a free snapback. Yeah, that's terrible.
A free what?
A free A7FL snapback.
So,
just want to let you know, you could leave $1 million on the table. No, come play A7FL.
We want guys to go to
white snapback for you.
Football's a long game, gentlemen. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left and a half. The U is down 27-7. To climb back in this game. That's who?
Ron Clerk.
What does Ron have to say?
I got a question. Can I ref the next game? I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, Lord. Ron, I wish I could blame it on the refs today, honestly. Smoked turkey from Richard Wright Jr. You know what I love about Richard Wright? Is that he will just come up with the most outlandish three-liners you'll ever see in your entire life. What was that from Richard Wright? What was that, Nate?
He said, why the hell is TJ playing corner?
Why the hell is TJ playing corner?
Smoked turkey.
I mean, we kind of touched on that in the beginning of the game. I don't know if they're lighting the ass today in the secondary, but I don't know, man. They got to get it together, and they got to do it right now. It doesn't look like Moon is here yet. I don't know if the chopper was
Moon
late.
Doesn't play defense, so
doesn't matter. They definitely have to score before half right here. Who kicked off? Who gets ball half? Okay, so if they punch one in right here, they get the ball half. They can make this a game.
Yeah, it's a long game. Championship is on the line here.
Oh my God! Look at the pressure.
There he is.
Jesus.
And there goes your black rhino. 3 off the line, 1 play.
I don't know why we haven't figured out that the big huge guy right there. You might want to block him. You might want to get at least a hand on him. Look, he's quick off the line.
Going at it in that screw. They're dogging each other back and forth. They're blindsiding each other the whole game. Dude, Daryl's throwing to the ground. He would get up, throw Daryl ground next play, and he didn't say a word to Daryl. Daryl's like, this dude's going bad. He doesn't say a word to me. Ron Clark, if the U doesn't score, the game is over. Former defensive MP Ron Clark, we agree with you, Ron. AKA hit stick, AKA number sign, will never
AKA
wear a number.
the Haitian sensation.
AKA the Haitian
What
sensation.
up, Ron? What up, BIC? So,
oh boy.
2nd and 10 here.
timeout Immortalz.
JD, you being a lineman that's played here a long time, now we got a little break in the action here. Can you explain to me what is these centers doing out here? I played offensive line, defensive line my whole life, and you see a big man like that, and you know he only has one move, and as you've seen him now, he's starting to make his noise now. He's waking up. He's either waking up or he's starting to tire out the youth. So,
and I'll jump in here quick, Nate, and then I'll push it over to John. One of the things that Black Rhino, a.k.a. Gerald Bell, a.k.a. beat the crap out of me last week. One of the things that he was able to do against us and what you've seen so far in this game, with the structure of the cadence in A7FL, if you could time that cadence, you're getting through whoever's blocking you. Because if you look at him lining up right now, he's going to line up in the gap.
We'll let this play go, and I'll comment on it.
Exactly.
Ski in motion across the middle. Huff on the outside. Huff's going to step up. Gets rocked.
That's
Looks
a
like it's a fumble. Ski jumps on it.
Now it is recovered by the U. You can see the.
What a hit. We got a player down. Looks like the corner Prince.
He got his knee
for the Immortalz. Looked like his knee got caught under him a little bit. That might be huge. He's been playing well.
Yeah, before you get into the whole thing with the defense having an advantage time out the snap count, don't forget you start with the ball as the quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm just saying,
it evens out.
One of the things that he was able to do, though, is he gets a great jump. Knowing it or not.
No, Corey, listen, we're both right both ways. Corey, absolutely. You time that cadence, you get that jump off. It's all about the jump. You get a good jump off, you can beat any man. It doesn't matter who they are. But I think as far as A7, you got a guy in front of you. You're able to sit in a two-point stance at center. I think you got to put your anchor leg back. And listen, from what I could see, he's swimming every time. Doesn't look like he has a rip or a good punch inside. You got to get your hands underneath the pits, and you got to block him downfield. Listen, if he's going to pick a gap, as any lineman, take him to that.
Take him where he wants to
go in that gap. You take him down the line. You put your hand in his armpit, and you drive him down the field. It's pretty simple. Big White in the booth. All pro tight end, all pro everything. My little brother.
All pro brother.
All pro brother. As you know, all the DeMild brothers are savages.
All pros.
Your page. That's why I came up here.
All right, I got you.
What was the question, Big White?
So the ruling on the field will be that the
Big White came up to inform Ryan. He wanted that still picture of him taken before the game delivered to him through text message. Huff steps up. Trouble again. He looks like he's going to get out of it. Wow. He is eating it up right now.
Chief up. It's Big White. Go Chiefs.
As my brother is very few words. He just scores touchdowns and takes care of his lady.
And apparently does illegal forward passes. That it was definitely forward. No, it was definitely forward. I liked it. I liked where your head was at. Well, the game was over eventually, but.
But anyway, I would like to bring JD back on to what we were talking about here. That was Gerald with a big stop here. He was going to punt here now. But like I was saying, the cadence.
They better not give it to this kid with room
do
to
we
run.
Do we throw to King?
Yeah,
and,
throw it out of bounds.
By the way, JD, if you watch my podcast, and he's in. Here he goes. He's making a play. He's hitting the outside. What he does. Now, JD, I said this on my podcast, even though I know you don't watch it. I told you do not throw to this guy. Am I wrong for saying that?
He's the fastest guy in the league.
No. You could see that almost everything that the U has tried to execute so far in this game, they have failed.
Moon's not that fast anymore.
Bro,
he's not the same.
What?
He's not the same.
Bro, he's not the same. Moon's not the same.
No, this year.
Ryan, stop.
How much?
If he's not that fast, Moon is made of butter.
Why do you do this?
Dude, last week he single-handedly won the game.
Ryan says Moon. Ryan will say Moon ain't the same. Then Monday morning, we got a call up. They're gonna challenge. It looks like the U are gonna challenge if the punt went out of bounds. They do have that right. Going back to Ryan's ridiculousness. Going back to Ryan's ridiculousness, as Corey knows, because he's been in the league forever, and he knows how much everybody from Saraville, the Bombers, anybody that we know hates Ryan with a passion. Ryan will tell you Moon has lost a step, but then tomorrow we'll see a 3-minute highlight of just Moon making people look stupid. He'll call him the best athlete on the field.
Well, but
so Ryan,
guys,
once again, standard contradictor of himself as usual, and that's how we run this loose ship.
Well, guys, as we look onto the field,
we got to play here. Big change of field.
The man from outer space, Moon, is not on the sideline. He's the heart and soul of this U team, especially this season.
Then why did they let him run if it was? That's my saying. If he's out, right?
If the U wants to challenge, they can challenge it. I just got to tell them what I say.
Yeah, but my problem is if they're saying he's out or down here, why let him run the ball back? This is my. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
He might have stepped out, by the way. It's just hard to tell. When you
Well,
see it on
then
the
you
bigger
blow
screen.
it dead when he's there before he starts running.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what I'm getting at.
That just doesn't have a drone.
But if they do blow it dead, then you can't reverse a blown whistle. You can reverse the spot on the ball. So 1st and 10 here for the Immortals.
It's looking like we're gonna have Chick one-on-one with King on the far side. Down at the bottom, the Black Mamba on Justin Ziner. Looks like Marcus is playing his standard 4 off. Marcus definitely top 1, 2 corners in this league. When he decides to play running back, he could be a top 5 running back. When he decides he wants to play linebacker, he could be a top 5 linebacker. Mr. Woods back. Gets it off. Charles Irvin in the flat, wide open. Nobody's there. Marcus has a beat on him. Charles cuts back midfield, puts a move on J-Rock. Gets upfield again. Good block. Good block by Terrell Mitchell in the open field.
Yeah.
And a 50-yard gain,
50-yard gain
by the Immortals there, just piling it on as we hit the 2-minute warning here in Asbury Park. Immortals dominating the U, 27-7. This game brought to you by Athlete Intelligence. Make the vector mouthpiece that you see a lot of our athletes out there have. Bringing brains to the brawn. Brought to you by Marcel Cool Cuff Bates. After this loss, he will probably be at the game. He has tickets for you. They are bootleg. You probably will be able to get in the game. But guys,
here come the Immortals now. Right, the king.
How?
Well, what I'm saying is, now they're, and I said with Ziner, watch it down here. Watch it down.
Off his back foot.
And there goes up. He say that one right.
He is a round. Hey guys, I see a man with a stripe.
Announcer.
Please. Past the 20. Still in space.
Off his back.
Gotta hit him. Hit him. You got it.
They're down 3.
Things. They get on the back against the wall. They tend to fold like a cheap suit.
I think that's a little unfair because they're just like as a team. Most times when an A7FL comes and they face the U, there's a little bit of that intimidation factor. The Immortals have come here to play. They're nuts for it.
Charles over and wrapping back now.
Everything. Starting quarterback on the sideline hurt. The Immortals have been able to get anything that they want on this U defense.
Well, to be fair, King's walking off the field. That should have been a flag for Aitman on the field, and I think they're going to get it. Kelvin saw it last minute.
And there's only 6 minutes left, 6 seconds left here on the clock. I'm not sure if that was a. It says 6, but I don't think that's right. It was 48 seconds before. I don't know if they started it and they need to stop it. But we'll see. Well,
Nate informed me that is not. And it looks like they're going to over half. It looks like they're coming out to talk to Kelvin right now. The U is walking off the field for halftime. Immortals are looking like.
what do you mean?
Down on the field, white polo, white hat, Saraville High School bomber video out there. HD 1080, hell of a better cameraman than Ryan DePaul, I'll tell you that. Taking it to halftime, it looks like they're trying to fight it.
Wow.
Boy, I'm gonna follow you in a minute. All right, so it looks like we're gonna go to the halftime. We're 27-7. The Immortal Barry puts a licking on the U in the first half.
Well, last week there was times, and obviously I'm speaking as BIC's quarterback. We lost to this team. We did end up losing the game, but I wouldn't have said that I expected them to come out here and start pretty much putting a whooping on the U like the U was.
No offense, Ryan. If you guys haven't caught on to it.
I'm actually sitting here, John.
But
I'm actually sitting here in shock, John, because
as to what you were just saying, I think it's not all that a surprise. And I'm going to say this because
they had nobody.
11 a.m. They strolled up with 10 guys, and they lost by a touchdown.
Yeah, they balled out.
They played full. Let's not forget 2 years ago when they went down to the wire against the U, and Moon pulled one out of his butt.
Yeah, last year. Talking about in his conversation with Bates how this is a Udemption tour. To me, it does not look like the U. I'm still in shock that King was able to go in as a pure wide replays. He just kind of hops a couple times, picks a side, and he's finding open field.
To me, it looks like the U. I mean, they're not looking as fast as they usually look. They're not flying to the ball like they always fly to the ball. Like, listen, I know you guys hear us getting on the U a lot, and it looks like, we have never seen them in this situation. They're a very, very, very good team.
No, not in these
very,
desperate
very
straits.
Team,
It looks like
right
they're outmatched at almost every aspect of the game. The couple of positive.
More excuses as we try to get him to sit down.
Corey Hammond with the second half of Nate, and it will be whistled down at about.
Everything they can get right now is a fact.
Hey Nate, first game, changed the fortune for the dynasty. But right now it looks like to this point. Now obviously you're a little biased towards the Immortalz as your giddy celebrations on the side though. If you're you, what do you do to crawl back into this game?
Well, you punch them in the mouth, man. You go out there and show them you're not afraid. You're what? You're only down 20.
They got good field position.
Time chance.
McQueen stepping in a quarterback.
McQueen, you can't.
So we'll see.
Now they're making a change
means.
And there's delay of game. The ref counted it. Yes, he did. Delay of game. Yep. Ref was counting it.
Play clock here in A7FL.
If I can hear a ref up here.
No, you gotta just stuff like that. It's gonna be hard to claw back. I mean, at the end of the day, for me, Nate, they gotta stop the Immortalz. They haven't stopped the Immortalz, not one possession, I think, all game.
That's a fact.
And the Rhino with back to the U.
It's a warning. As you can hear him yelling all the way up here. Sorry.
Not sure. Yeah, they can't give him a warning. He clearly. Yeah, as far as discretion goes, when the man's like pretty much giving a handshake to McQueen, pocket straight, fires down
interception.
The middle, a couple blockers in front of him. Great
downtown. My little brother Joey out there.
Turnover.
Another interception.
Just say John DeMiles. If they put McQueen in the game, John DeMiles says, and I quote,
with these games about being a quarterback.
Those keys to the game brought to you by Second Skull.
Consistency. This is what you do. You got a chance to come out, cut it to 2 scores, you throw a pick, now you're on your heels. That's it.
Just out of reach.
Yeah, that would have been the nail. Ryan would say you have to have matching jerseys, but no PA has been matching.
Yeah, there's no way.
Not
going on TV.
And the U's not going to the chip because they look like crap. At least we had a close game.
At least we matched.
You're right.
That's all that matters.
Well, we all had pennies on. Ryan had one with his name on it.
And they were
Stiff arms JJ.
5-yard gain down to the 15.
It just looks like they're a great team, but right now it is just not looking.
I was told I was drunk. I told Cuff there's a chance that you can lose by.
You were crazy with 11 points. It's now a 20-point spread, and the Immortalz about to tack on more.
Can I just add to that?